Hey y'all, I'm at it again out here walking. Decided it's time for another video. Hey y'all, listen. You do know you do not have to respond to everything, right? Just because something makes you, triggers you or makes you feel some type of way or whatever. That doesn't mean that you always have to have something to say or some type of behavior or any action at all. Sometimes you just need to process it, observe it, take it in, and just know it. Just use it as your own knowledge. I'm serious. It's not about always having something to say. Sometimes we get information from so many different ways. And instead of us just taking in the information, and instead of us just using the information to help us sometimes we use the doggone information to hurt us. Listen, y'all. Maybe you need to process your emotions with it. Maybe you need to learn from the situation. Maybe you need to leave the situation. Or maybe you need to do better in the situation. But whatever it is, it doesn't always deserve a response. Sometimes we give energy to things and people that do not deserve our energy. That can be family, friends, people we're trying to date, whatever, you know. I've had people in my life that I felt like wronged me, and I can remember like getting real hot-headed, right? Responding, going off, getting them together or whatever. Until one day I realized that getting them together, it didn't even serve me any purpose. Like, afterwards, I found myself still sitting there trying to process what had just happened. Still sitting there feeling some type of way. Still looking at myself like, hey, should I have handled this a different way? When I could have did that from the beginning. Like, I could have sat down before and processed like, hey, can I handle this way? Should I handle it at all? Should I say something? First of all, do I even understand my feelings right now? Do I know how I feel? Like, period. I think that we struggle with identifying our emotions. We struggle with understanding even what being angry is, or being upset or sad or happy or whatever. We don't identify what we feel. We just jump to some type of action or behavior or response and don't even identify how we feel. In other words, y'all, I think we move backwards sometimes. I really think that we're moving backwards sometimes. We really should. I'm sorry, this car is flying. We should process it first. Identify emotions. As a therapist, we actually talk about this a lot, especially when it comes to this CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. Identify your emotions. Understand how you feel. If you're not processing your thoughts and how you're feeling, then you're already skipping a point that you should be already doing before you have some type of action or behavior behind something. But sometimes we have that fight or flight response. We just got to do something because we feel it in our spirit to do something. We don't take that power or that control back by, hey, wait a minute. Is this the right way I need to do this? Is this how I need to do it? So what I want you to do is, I want you to stop. I really want you to think. And, you know, this made me think about kindergarten. We learned this in kindergarten. Stop and think, okay? I truly want you to stop, think, before you act, before you make a decision, before you respond to something, before you entertain something. Because sometimes you're giving somebody that power that they don't deserve. Because when something happens, it's giving you the power to feel, to understand your own emotions, to deal with yourself, to self-evaluate. But instead of you doing that, you're giving that power to somebody else. It's not their job to evaluate you all the time. Sometimes it's your job to take that energy and that power and that control and that observation and use it for knowledge to look out for you. I hope y'all listening.